that recording? That's recording, cool. So tonight, turn it the other way first of all, because otherwise on YouTube it'll look bad. So tonight we're going to do an African style repair of a punctured tire. We have one tire which I just removed from the car with a screwdriver where there was a screw. As you can see here, I removed the screw already with the plier. Well, actually I used the chicken scissor because I didn't have anything else. Now the interesting part is the tire wouldn't come off the car, or the wheel wouldn't come off the car. So what I did was I loosened the bolts a bit and then drove onto the sidewalk a few times on and off the sidewalk until the wheel became wobbly, then drove back home and then took the tire off quite easily. I did try using the proper way, which is a mallet. I almost ruined my mallet. Well, I did ruin it actually. It's all cut up and it's got something rattling on the inside now. So anyhow, proceeding with the African style repair, which I don't believe is legal in the UK, but this tire won't go back on the roads in the UK, it'll go back on the roads in the middle of the Sahara. So what we'll start by doing is identify the hole, remove the screw, or whatever object's going in, which I've already done. I'm going to pull this out. Notice that the tire is inflated. The first thing I'm going to do is pull out that. That's going to start leaking. Now the first tool I have looks like a needle file and a corkscrew blended together. Can you actually see it? So it looks like a blend between a needle file and a corkscrew. So if you focus on the hole, what I'm going to do first is basically corkscrew in and pull out until I can get a nice smooth hole. Where the air comes out fairly quickly, but more importantly, the rubber is smooth and the hole's about 1/4 of an inch wide. Step 2, shove a screwdriver in while I talk, because I talk a lot. Step 2, take the other tool, which is shaped a bit like those things that you get to thread a needle. Only difference is, instead of being closed at the end, it's open. And a piece of vulcanized whatever this is. It's very, very sticky. And fairly hard to open, apparently. How am I going to? Okay, let's try ripping it. Nope, that won't work. There we go. So one piece of gluey stuff, which won't get off my fingers now. You kind of have to, this is the annoying part, get it through. It's like threading a needle where the thread is wider than the needle. Again, my trusty chicken scissors will help. I'd usually use a Leatherman, but that's somewhere else. I don't remember where I shoved it. Yeah, for crying out loud, get it in! There we go. So that's in about halfway. Whoops, we have our hole, which is nice and smooth after the corkscrew thing. Quite simply. Well, easier said than done. Quite simply. Push it in until you still have a little bit of the thing coming out, but most of it is inside. And now, pull out. Give it a few minutes, slice that off. Slicing that off involves a knife, so I'll probably go and grab a knife. Which, in my wonderful garage, I'm sure there is, but I can't find. I did find the plier, though. That's good. So, usually, you'd use a plier to pull that off, so I'm going to grab a knife. Now the ideal knife for this would be something like a Stanley knife or a loose razor blade, but I don't know where my Stanley knife is and I don't have loose razor blades, so I'm using just a big thing. In essence, cut it smooth and there's a repair. Only thing now to do is reinflate the tire to the right pressure, and if we were not in the UK, I'd put it back on the car. As we're in the UK and this tire, as it is, isn't road legal simply because we repaired it without inspecting the inner chamber, we can't really put it on the car. But what I will do is put it on another car and leave it there a few days and then check the pressure just to make sure that the puncture is repaired. Now the important thing to me is that it won't fail in the middle of the desert while crossing the Sahara. So only last thing left to say is visit Timbuktu.com. That's team, as in a team of people, T-E-A-M, book, B-O-O-K, 2, as in the number 2, or T-W-O.com. Thank you very much, and good night.